Hey, what's up, everybody? So we're doing Numa today, and this is a classic, old school map. All the way back to World at War days. And this map on World at War was a lot better. I mean, in those days, it was just 24 zombies around, so you could literally do almost all the way up to. I think the world record is like over 10,000 on World at War. But now, on BO1, it's still 202. It hasn't been, and that record hasn't been broken in years, man. I think it's like the longest standing world record. And this map is it's really simple. It's the one that introduced the Wonder Waff. So it's a classic map. Like if you haven't played it, I recommend at least trying it. If you're not into this map, I honestly, especially the Black Ops 1 version, I wouldn't blame you. There's just so many things that this map just doesn't have. And it's all good because this back in the day, it didn't take much to make us happy. This is all we needed, man. Just simple killing zombies. So yeah, so mostly strategy is pretty simple, easy to understand. You just pretty much can't buy the flogger, and that's about it. If you're going for a world record, obviously you're not doing that. You're doing a lot more than just that. You're from low rounds, you camp inside the hut. I forget which one, but you camp inside the hut all the way up to like round 50-ish or so, and then you start moving to the flogger, and then the strategy is going all the way up to like where the spawn area was, and then you got to jump back down, go back through inside this little area, and you got to come back and hit the flogger trap again, and you're just constantly just running them through that flogger trap. And it sounds like it's simple to understand, but executing it is really a pain because the reason why the record hasn't been broken is not because it's difficult. It's just simply because the spawns are so inconsistent. And when you're trying to attempt a world record and you're going hours and hours, playing this same repetitive strategy, just the simple little things that can go wrong are what really actually would end up going wrong and what ends up ruining the whole game. So yeah, that's the whole competitive nature of it. But for everybody else, this map is just simply like, I mean, you got the Wonder Waff, you got your basic perks, nothing fancy. There's no pack a punch. So most people, honestly, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't like this map. It doesn't have a lot to offer. It's not like Nadir Tone where it's really hard. You just no power, no perks, nothing. You just grinding and challenging yourself to see how far you can go. And that's pretty cool. The World at War version of that map is also better, but that's I think most people would agree on that. Competitive people, I think they have a little different other opinion on that one. It gets interesting listening to the debates on it, but not everybody's gonna agree. But this map, like, it's not like a simple basic map where like like not where you could actually get a little bit of challenge out of it. No, it's honestly just kind of boring, to be honest. There's really not a whole lot to do other than just camp by flogger. And you got the Wonder Waff, which is actually the coolest thing because this map offers a Wonder Waff. It's the first map to do it. The World at War version is way better. You can get all the way up to like round 1,000 and higher. The world record, yeah, like I said, I think it's like 10,700 something. It's pretty up there. The BO1 version of this, I found it kind of boring, to be honest. I'm not saying it's a bad map. I just found it the least repeatable. Like it's just not one of those maps that I would want to come back to and be like, yeah, oh yeah, I love that map. Like, no, not really. It's not really one of those maps that I would miss too much. If it was a World War version, oh yeah, I would definitely, yeah. Because the World War version, once you have the WAF and you got to set up, I think the PPSH, which is another cool gun from those days, you pretty much just camp like by, I forget how to describe the area, but you're pretty much camping with just the Wonder Waff, and that's all you need. The Wonder Waff is pretty much all the ammo you need because you only got to kill 24 zombies around. So yeah, you just go through 3 or 4 rounds, whatever, and then you get a dog round, and then cool, you get your ammo back, and that's all you're doing. You just spamming the Waff, and it makes life so easy. So it just makes the game so easy. You could literally high round on that pretty easily. Whereas high rounding on here, even if you're doing it casually, like you're not competing with anybody, but you're just doing it for fun. It gets kind of boring really quick. Hitting the floggers, Yeah, I honestly I just found it so boring. It's so slow paced too, you know, because it's not like the more fun maps to high run like Ascension, Deriz, Kino. Whereas high running on those maps, like it goes by a lot faster. And even like on a map like Shangri-La, where you have uh, the baby gun, you're killing them with the baby gun, and it goes by a lot faster too. So, and even though there's a dog round on this one, it just kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't really feel too fun. So if anybody disliked this map, I wouldn't blame you. It's not a bad map. It's just because it's just boring. That's how I would describe it. I don't think any of the maps on Black Ops 1 are really bad maps, to be honest. I honestly, anybody who would say there was a bad map on here, I would disagree with them, because there's really no bad maps. Bad maps didn't start becoming a thing until like BO2, but definitely after BO2, even BO3, that's kind of where it's like, honestly, the maps on BO3, I don't even think those were bad. They were just not it was just the whole system, the way they made things a lot easier, which is not a bad thing, because I think more players would be attracted to that, and I think that's why BO3 is loved so much. And then after that, I didn't play BO4. I skipped that game. Cold War, been playing that. It's super easy. But as far as bad maps, honestly, I really can't even. I wouldn't even know where to begin to go with what's a bad map. For one, it just doesn't have a replayability, and I guess if this would be considered a bad map, it would definitely be that. It would be just only that. That's the only reason why I find this map kind of boring. It just doesn't have a replayability for me. Like, I want to come back and try and beat my high round, or I want to come back and do an Easter egg, or I want to come back and do something fun about it, like, pack a punch my guns and hit the Mustang and Sally's, or like Call of the Dead, having fun with George Romero and getting the WAF and the sound of the, the what's the name of that gun? I forgot the name of the wonder weapon that has that really cool sound. Like, I forget what it's called. The Scavenger. Yeah, all right, I remember. It's not like that map, it's not like how do I put it? What's another map I love? Like 5. I love 5. You pack a punch, you get the Sally's. It's only 1,000 points. Even though people didn't like the Thief, I didn't have a hard time dealing with him, because I knew how to. I mean, I know the map so well. But the thing about 5 is, like, high rounding is just so hard. Whereas this map, it's not. I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's not as hard. It's just boring. It's slow paced and boring, and you got inconsistent spawns, which I can't speak from experience on that one, but from what I understood from people who play this for the world record, like oh man, I watched my brother Mango, man, that my zombies brother right there. He's still at it. I haven't seen him play it in a while, but man, watching him try to beat the world record, he was literally 4 rounds away. He was on round 188. The world record's 202. And he almost had it, and it was just it bummed me out so much that he was just so close. But yeah, oh man, and I've been watching him still play. I'll be up in his stream, so if you haven't watched him, I think he goes by Mango 300, 300, 300, like 300, but the ghetto way of saying it. So yeah, check him out. He's on Twitch. Unfortunately, I know a lot of you guys don't really watch on Twitch, but just for kicks, if you ever get a chance and you want to know more about this map, it's definitely a guy to watch. I remember Fur was trying to do it for a little while, but I think he gave up on it. I see him right now trying to do a co-op world record with Zomba, who has the world record for Ascension. So right now I'm watching them do that as I'm speaking right now. So yeah. But when it comes to this map, it'd be nice to watch somebody beat that record. It's been around since 2015. It's like the longest standing world record. So yeah, that would be cool. Not much else to say, because even for like people who are just new to zombies and want to go back and play some old school zombies just for kicks, because the new zombies are not as good, in my opinion. But if you guys like the newer stuff, that's cool, man. And if you don't want to play the old ones, that's cool also. But for anybody who would be interested or still does play the old ones, this map is definitely not one where I'd be like, yeah, you gotta try this map, for whatever reason. Honestly, there's always somebody that's got a different opinion. They'll be like, "Oh man, I love that map." Oh, okay. I don't know why. And he's like, "Oh yeah, they just have this weird thing that they liked about it," and it's kind of funny because I do the same thing, you know. So if you feel like you love this map and I offend you, sorry man, I don't mean to come off the wrong way. There's things that people like that I don't, and there's things that I like that people don't, and then they have to like be really negative about it. I hate that. So I'm trying not to be as negative, because I hate when people do that to me, and especially when it's something that I enjoy doing, like zombies. It's like, yeah, I really hate that. So, but yeah, this map, I can't think of anything like Easter egg, nothing. There's really nothing that stands out about it, other than it's pretty chill map. I didn't really like how the perks randomly spawn up. Because when you're going for the world record, that's like a huge thing. Like you have to have double tap spawn, and where you camp by the hut when you open up the flogger area. Well, in that area where the hut is, where you open up the door and go inside the hut and get the perk. Yeah, right there. You need double tap to spawn right there because you're not gonna use double tap. It's pretty much useless. You want all the other perks, and so you're never gonna open that area up. And you'll notice in my gameplay, I know where I didn't open that area up. I was able to get a setup, and that's pretty much how you want to set it up. So that would be the strategy. Once you got your perks and all that, and you got your setup, you just camp right there in Flogger, because if you don't open that area up, you don't get spawns coming in from behind you, which is really important. So when you start doing the high rounds where you gotta go up into the spawn area, you gotta run into this, like, kind of have like a little route that you're running around in, and you're running the zombies right back into the Flogger. And the Flogger has you can hit it twice actually. So there's two areas where you can hit the trap, turn on the trap, and while one's cooling down, the other one is ready to go. So you're pretty much just keeping the rhythm going of hitting the other one to the other one to the other one. And that's pretty much how the strategy works for the Flogger. It's pretty simple. I didn't do it, but because I didn't really get to a high round, I just got to round 30. It's a simple basic round, just for fun. But other than high rounding, it's pretty simple to understand. It's not complicated, but I just found it kind of boring. I couldn't get into it. I remember a buddy of mine was telling me, "Yeah, do the high round on that." I'm like, "Are you serious?" I'm like, there's like a handful of maps I would love to high round, but this is just not one of them. So even low rounding, it's like, okay, it's not hard, it's not easy, it's kind of like in the middle, and it's kind of just not really. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. So, all right, I think I'm kind of repeating myself on that one. So, I don't really have much more else to say. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you feel like you love this map, that's cool. This gameplay was for you guys. Whoever liked Numa. If you didn't like Numa, or you just wanted to know a little bit more of what I had to say, thanks for sticking around to watch. And I hope you guys have a good day. All right, you guys take care.